My Hebrew brothers and sisters, 12 tribes of Israel, scattered all over the earth, let me say to you, welcome back. This is Yomore Yeshu Ben Uriah Israel, and we just want to take this moment to thank you for your subscription. Thank you. Pastor Paula, thank you also for your subscription. And many more of you who have subscribed over the past few days. We just want to say we appreciate you so much. I'm going to take this time off just from studying this psalm just to talk to my Hebrew brothers and sisters and to help you to protect your family. From what I'm going to say to you now, I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but I have to tell you. I have to tell you so that when we stand before Yahuwah, I'm not guilty of knowing and don't tell you. What I'm going to talk to you about is that many years ago, over 30 years, when I found out that Halloween was evil, I taught it to the people at the church where I was a pastor, and I also taught it to my children. And so I did not allow my children to go out trick-or-treating, because we found out that Halloween is evil, is devilish. And our Yahuwah tells us in His Word not to worship or to give allegiance to any other gods. Okay? Right. Halloween was basically, let me say, it is considered a pagan holiday, right? It's a pagan holiday, and it's celebrated each year on October 31st. Today is October 31st. And Halloween 2022 will occur today, right? Monday. Today is the day, today. All right? And the tradition originated way back in ancient Celtic festival of this man is called Samhain. And what happened is that this celebration, it took place, it was when people, would light bonfires and they would wear costumes and so on, towards, they considered warding off ghosts. They were warding off ghosts. And so in the 8th century, the Roman Catholic Pope Gregory III, he designated November 1 as a time to honor all saints. And soon after, they start having, what they call All Saints Day. Okay? Matter of fact, there are some churches, some Episcopalian churches, like Anglican churches, that are called All Saints. All Saints. Episcopal, All Saints, Anglican, thing like that. So All Saints, they incorporated in some of the traditions of they incorporated some of the traditions of Samhain. The evening before was known as All Hallows Eve, and later Halloween, and over time Halloween evolved into what we refer to as a day of activities like trick-or-treating and carving of jack-o'-lantern. Like in the United States, here you see every October, they talk about fall festival, and they would have all of these, between October and November, they have these big pumpkins that they have them carved out like with a human face and thing like that, and so they will be also eating and doing treats and all that thing like that. Okay, now we know based on ancient history and our Hebrew Israelite people, my brothers and my sisters, they were not supposed to participate in anything that was ungodly. Okay? If Yahuwah did not approve it, all the festivals that Yahuwah wants us to practice is mentioned there in the Torah. Okay, it's mentioned there. So these are the ones that we are supposed to practice. We're not supposed to practice anything that has to do with paganism. So ancient, and the origin of Halloween, my brothers, is Halloween's origin date goes back to ancient Celtic, like I said, and it was an ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, and it pronounced Samhain. It pronounced Samhain. The Celts, who lived like 2,000 years ago, mostly in the area that is now considered as Ireland, which is the United Kingdom, or northern France, and celebrated their New Year on November 1. And so this is the day marked to the end of the summer and the harvest and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of year when, that was often associated with human death. So Celts believe that on the night before the New Year, the boundary between the world of living and the dead, became blurred. So there's a belief. And on the night of October 31st, they celebrated Samhain, when it was believed that the ghosts of the dead returned to earth. Okay? So in addition, to causing trouble and damaging crops and, things like that, the Celts thought that the presence of the otherworldly spirits made it easier for the Druids, the Druids are just like a Catholic monk and stuff like that, or the Celtic priests, that they make predictions about the future, and for people entirely dependent upon volatile natural world instead of depending on Yahuwah, right? These, well, I shouldn't say that because they're Gentiles, so we don't expect them to believe in Yahuwah like that, okay? But these prophecies were an important source, of comfort during the long dark winter, for the people like the Celtic people and a lot of the people in France, the northern European people and so on, and so to commemorate the event, my brothers and my sisters, the Druid built huge sacred bonfires, where people gathered and they would burn crops and animals as sacrifice, to the Celtic deities, and during the celebration, the Celtic people, they would wear costumes, typically, consisting of animal heads, and skins and so on, and attempt to tell each other's fortunes and something like that. So when the celebration was over, then they lit their hell fire, which they had extinguished earlier that evening. So from the sacred bonfire to help protect them during the coming winter, this was completely nonsense and false, but that's what they believe. And if you believe in the devil, he's going to find ways to empower you. Okay? That's what we see. The people who believe in the devil, they find way, the devil find way to empower them to do evil. Now, my brothers and my sisters, and my heart goes out, for those families in South Korea, where, and I want to be honest with you, this is one of the things, I promise I wasn't even going to do it, I say anything about it, but based on what happened this weekend in Korea, South Korea, and you see there's 150, 160 people, so many people, young people died because they went out to celebrate, they went out to celebrate Halloween. And they said this was the first time in a long time since the pandemic that they could go out without wearing the mask to protect themselves. Okay, they decided to go and the huge celebration they had, and so many people died. My brother, this is the time of the year when here in the United States and in the Caribbean, the people who want to do evil, they would do stuff to candies and put drugs and poison in candy that would let the kids get sick, get them crazy, get mad. When I was in New Jersey, I've read of the Halloween. I was out there during the Halloween time too, where people put needles in apple and give to children as they come, to trick or treat and things like that. Those are evil. Those are evil. Those are evil, my brothers and my sisters. What we used to do, we used to hang little things at the door with scripture verses. We wouldn't give them any candy. We give them scripture verses, scripture portions, because it is just something that we should not participate in as Hebrew Israelites. And you should not allow your children to participate in something like that. Okay? So it's evil. It's evil. Do you know that, like, 1/4 of all candy sold annually, 1/4, my brothers and my sisters, of all candy sold annually in the United States is purchased for Halloween. Okay? So by AD 43, the Roman Empire had conquered majority of the Celtic territories. And in the course of over 400 years, my brothers and my sisters, that they ruled the Celtic land, 2 festivals of Roman origin were combined with the traditional Celtic celebration of what the man calls Samhain. Okay? The first was the word is always a hard thing to pronounce, but Feralia, and some people say Feralia, but it's spelled Feralia, and it's a day in late October when the Roman traditionally commemorate the passing of the dead, and the second was a day to honor Pomona, the Roman goddess of fruit and trees, and the symbols of the symbols of Romana is the apple, and incorporated of all of this celebration into the Samhain. They incorporate all of these different traditions that they have into Samhain, and then they come up with this this Halloween thing. Okay, so tradition, they have this tradition of bobbing for apples that is practiced today on Halloween. Okay, so Halloween costumes, thing that people disguise themselves, to tell stories and to trick people and spooky type thing, make kids afraid and people afraid and so on. So you know, we should not celebrate these things, my brothers, my sisters. We should not celebrate them. Okay? And so please stay away from this, because these are evil. These are, you're celebrating and giving your allegiance to demons. And Yahuwah does not want us to practice something like that. Okay, my time is gone for this moment, but I want to ask you to be a blessing to someone today and walk with the King. Shalom.